What am I doing? I am looking for a zombie villager. We're out here in the void on top of a cobblestone platform. Very fancy, I know. We're pretty far into this series and it's taken me a long time to construct something of this magnitude. I hope you guys can appreciate this. Just kidding, we are outside our base. In front of us over here is our slime spawning area. And I just kind of use that to build this cobblestone platform. We're waiting for nighttime. The sun's going down. We're waiting for nighttime so we can have mobs spawn out here. I was trying to figure out a way to get zombie villagers, and there is no real good way that I can see. If you use like a zombie spawner, you're only gonna get zombies because zombie villagers and zombies are two separate entities, and a zombie spawner only spawns zombies, right? So if you want the zombie villagers, either you need to go out and find a village, which we can in the skyblock world, or you have to let them naturally spawn. So that's what we're trying to do right now. That's what we're doing at the moment. And while I'm kind of waiting around for nighttime, I've been collecting some extra slime pearls for no particular reason other than I can, and it kills my boredom, I suppose. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So just waiting for nighttime at the moment. So nightfall is fast approaching. We see the red sky. We can see stars forming, just waiting for these mobs to spawn. Now, I've already gone through one night cycle and I have not seen zombie villagers spawn yet. I don't know if they've been removed. Maybe they have been, probably not. They're just a low % spawn chance anyway. So yeah, we are just kind of waiting for the first round of mobs to appear, which should be any moment now. It should be dark enough. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that we'll be able to find one of these zombie villagers. So yeah, I have noticed that there are cave creepers that spawn. These little guys right here. They can drop diamonds, I've seen. They drop stone, gunpowder. Oh, looks like we got a spawn egg for those if we want to spawn them in. So yeah, we could make like a spawner out of them and start farming some resources that way, I suppose. But I'm not sure if we really need to do that with all the sifting and other things that we have available. Anyway, we're not spawning monsters super quickly. Oh, here we go. Here's some zombies that have spawned in. I don't see a zombie villager though, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to go through and get rid of all these mobs and just do this over and over again. I suppose I could like fly far away and just despawn them. That might actually be faster than me trying to kill them over and over. So yeah, if we come back over here, okay, did I just go the wrong way? Where am I? I need to go north. This way. I have gone too far. Yeah, so I could just fly away. That's probably going to be faster than trying to kill them one by one and just let them respawn. And hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll get a zombie villager that spawns in. All right, guys. Well, I just ended up capturing a zombie villager. Yep. So it seems like just making that platform, just going far enough away so the mobs despawn, going back forward, trying to let new ones spawn in. This is definitely the fastest way that I can see. I mean, provided you have a pretty good jetpack, fastest way I can see to get these mobs to respawn so you can go through them pretty quickly. But yeah, we were able to get our zombie villager that we were looking for. All right, so we have our mob duplicator here in the center of a 9x9 area. I'm pretty sure the working area is directly on top of this thing, and we have an efficiency of processing and a speed tier 2 in here. We have the mob imprisonment tool with the zombie villager. We have power. We don't have the essence just yet. We'll put that in just a moment. The essence is right over here. I think we should be pretty much good to go here in order to make this thing work. Yeah, we just need to get the fluid from here to over there. And then I have a chamber set up here so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zombie villagers. And then we have splash potions of weakness and some golden apples. This will allow us to turn zombie villagers into villagers, and this is just going to be the waiting area for them. But once we get one villager, we should be able to put them in a mob imprisonment tool and duplicate it. Although I have seen it before where those are restricted, so that's why we have multiple slots available here, so we can have a few extra villagers. But yeah, I think we are about ready to get this thing going. So let me grab this. We'll put this over here, and then we just need to start inputting some fluid into our mob duplicator, and I think that's about all we have to do here. So let's just do one of those and one of these, and yep, there we go. Zombie villagers are spawning. Very good. Okay, we can probably... Wait, there's a baby zombie villager. I can't right click on it. There it goes. Okay, okay. I think we got enough of these guys. Not entirely sure. It's quite a bit of them. So let's splash potion of weakness them. This is 4 minutes. I'll come up here. All right. Anybody else need one? We good? Okay, well that's all of them. So yes, now I need to get myself another mob imprisonment tool. We'll do this. And what I am going to end up doing is I am going to pick these guys up one by one and just put them into their own holding cell over here. That way they don't attack each other when they convert, because some convert faster than others, right? So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this, and we'll be back. Well, now that all of our zombie villagers have converted, and yeah, I got one over here. I got rid of all the baby zombies. It seems like the baby zombies are the ones that I was unable to hit with a golden apple. Yeah, so we moved all the adult ones over here. But yeah, now that all these are converted, let's see, can we pick these up with a mob imprisonment tool? Shift right click will pick it up. And then the question is, can we spawn in more with this now? Looks like it. Okay, so that is, oh, let's not spawn in too many of these guys. We already got plenty of villagers. Get out of here, guys. I already had too many of you. So yes, we can spawn in more. So we actually don't need all of these villagers over here, but it is good to know that that is a thing. So I will keep that in our system here so we can spawn in more in the future should we choose to. So the next thing that we wanted to do, the whole reason why we did this to begin with, is we need to get ourselves an anvil. We got some damaged anvils from, what is the damaged anvil from? Is from the other. Yep. So this villager does not, oh, maybe it has to be an undamaged anvil because they are different items. Okay. So anvil, let's make an undamaged one. This is from the pyramid in the other. Yep. Where we were getting the pig glitches. Try this. You know, like that? Or do you have to be a specific type of villager for this to work? Okay. So here's the deal. The whole reason why we did this is because I wanted to make the arc furnace, and in order to do that, we need the electrodes, right? In order to get the engineer's blueprint arc electrodes, it says we need a villager, but I guess it does say villager immersive engineering machinist, point of interest, anvil. If we can't make a regular villager turn into one of those, we have a problem. So I'm not sure how to do that. Maybe we could try spawning in more villagers here. Maybe we'll eventually get one, but it seemed like we're only spawning in the brown coat guys. So, I'll keep playing with this. Maybe we can spawn one in. Okay, so that's weird. We have the machinist now. What happened is I was spawning in the villagers and we were getting the brown coat guys and nothing was happening. And then I was like, okay, fine, we're not going to be able to do it this way. And I ended up killing all of them except for one. And as soon as I got rid of all of them except for that last one, it eventually turned into a machinist. I don't know. I don't know. But apparently that's what's going on here. And this one's got really cheap trades for some reason. Why is that? I've been murdering these guys. I don't know why his trades are cheap. Apparently he likes me. Maybe because we did the zombie villager thing. I don't know. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and level this guy up. That's a lot of those. I don't think I needed that many. You gonna level up? Okay, so you're leveling up and nothing turns into an emerald. Emerald turns into these. Let's just level you up with that. Looks like you have leveled up again. So we got the engineer's toolbox. Man, everything is one emerald. This is fantastic. Water wheel segment. That's kind of a good trade. Those are annoying to make otherwise. And a drill. Ear defenders. Well, I mean, I don't actually need that, but I just kind of want to level this guy up. Okay, so we got a bunch of those hammers. We can put these ear defenders away, that stuff away. Villager spawn egg from murdering a whole bunch of them. So 8 for that. Okay, so let's just keep buying stuff from this guy. So now, is that the highest here? No, he's turned into a diamond one. Here it is. Arc furnace electrodes, 1 emerald. Okay, so we put in a lot of work here to get the arc furnace electrodes. Finally, thank you, dude. So why did we want to get the electrodes for the arc furnace? Well, obviously we want to use the arc furnace. So in order to make those, I believe the arc furnace needs 3 of these. So we need 4 HOP graphite ingots per graphite electrode, which means we're going to need 12 of those. So HOP graphite, the ingots are made from the dust. You smelt the dust into the ingots, and you need 4 of those in order to make 1 electrode. Yeah, so that's the only thing that you can do is convert the HOP into this. So the HOP dust is made in an industrial squeezer by taking 8 coke dust, and you get 1 HOP graphite dust, right? So 32 coal coke essentially is going to turn into 1 electrode. So the coke dust is made by taking coke or coal coke, either thermal or immersive engineering, and turning into coke dust, right? I think we're going to do the coke from the pyrolyzer from thermal expansion. This, you just put coal into the pyrolyzer, you get coke, you get tar, and you get some creosote oil. Yeah, so I think that's going to be fairly good. I'm not sure if we're going to do anything with the tar or the creosote oil, but I know that you can speed this up, and this goes a lot faster than the thermal way of making coal coke. So this is the way that I'm interested in doing it. Looks like we can also do, oh no, that's a multi-servo press. That's unblockifying is basically what that's doing. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing is the pyrolyzer. Okay, so we kind of have a start point, but yeah, I guess the first thing we need to do is make this pyrolyzer and then get all of the upgrades for it. So how much does a pyrolyzer? We haven't made one of these yet, have we? We did make a pyrolyzer. Why did we make one of these before? I don't remember. That was a while ago. Do we have augments? We have this fully augmented. Look at us. We are ready to go here. So with that, we just put coal in there. How fast does this go? I mean, that's pretty quick, honestly. Like, we shouldn't need it faster than that. Yeah, so we're making tar. We're making some creosote. Maybe we made it for the creosote before. I don't remember. But I think we can just void this stuff, and we can void the tar. We have 3 million coal, so yeah, we can just let this thing go indefinitely. Obviously, we're going to have to hook it up to power. We can't just let it, it'll stop eventually. But yeah, this seems like a good idea. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, guys, so we set up a little automation here. We're underneath our B area. We got a lot of empty space under here that we haven't really been using for much, and we already had applied energistics running. So I figured, yeah, we'll just go ahead and pipe off this. So we have our pyrolyzer here with an export bus with coal, no upgrades in it. I don't think it's really going to need the upgrades. This will eventually keep it all the way full. Yeah, you can see it's definitely filling up now. So the way this works is we are exporting we're exporting to the bottom, and directly below this we have a fluid void. So all that creosote is just being voided. If we need it for some reason, we can always rearrange this and start capturing that. Otherwise, we're also exporting to the left-hand side, which is going to the storage controller, which has 2 different drawers attached to it. So we're holding on to our coal coke here, and we're holding on to I guess this is tar. Yeah, we have a void upgrade on the tar. We have no void upgrade on the coke. That way, when this eventually fills up, I think this holds 2,000. It says it on the tooltip, 2,000 items. When it fills up at 2,000, that should stop everything, right? We don't need to turn all of our coal into coal coke. We just want to have a good supply of it. And that 2,000, I think, is more than enough. Yeah, and then we don't care about the tar balls at this moment, so we'll let that fill up to 2,000 and just void any extra. But yeah, we want the coal coke to be what turns this thing off eventually. So yeah, I think that's going to suit our needs quite well here. So we have the coke under control. That's ready to go. That's automated. We don't have to worry about it anymore. The next thing we need to worry about, though, is coke dust, and that can only be made in a crusher. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate that they didn't allow us to make that in a pulverizer or something else besides this multi-block, but it's fine. So in order to do a crusher, we are going to need all of these things: steel scaffolding, light engineering blocks, redstone engineering block. Yeah, there's a few things that we're going to have to do here. So let's take a look at redstone engineering block. This thing is going to require iron sheet metal, which is iron plates, which I think we already have on AutoCraft. sheet metal. Okay, so we don't have a recipe for that. Let's go ahead and start making some things here. So redstone engineering block, and then we need to make these sheet metals. And yeah, we can see the pluses means that we have those on auto craft already. So that is good to go. So the next one is a light engineering block. Don't know what this requires. We will find out momentarily. Okay, so we're going to have those on auto craft. So we're going to need iron mechanical components on auto craft. So those are made with iron plates and copper. So again, we have those on auto craft. So that is fine. We'll do this. And then the other thing was what? We needed steel scaffolding. Steel scaffolding. This one. Yep. So that is made. Nope, that is the wrong one. This one. This is made with steel ingots and steel rods, which we have the steel on AutoCraft. We don't have the steel rods, and the steel rods are made, but we can do it this way. Is there any other way to do this? Rolling mill, extruder. I guess we could use the extruder. We're not really using our extruder for anything else. We do have an extruder, right? I cannot remember. Roller, compressor, canning machine, extruder. Yes, we have an extruder here. And it's making iron rods, but we don't have one for the steel rods. Well, that's fine. We'll actually give it a better purpose in life. So we do one of those, one of those, one of those, and then extruder. Boom. All done. Okay, so now that we have that, we can throw some of these recipes in here. So block, 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 component. I guess that's a block too. Yeah, okay, so we needed how many of what? We needed 10 steel scaffolding, 10 of these. Looks like we are able to craft that all. Yeah, we're just making the steel and things are happening. We're extruding, maybe? I guess I should go see if the extruder is working. That seems to not be. Steel rod, we're not extracting out of this machine. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong here? This is our extruder. This is our extruder. We do not have a import bus on the bottom of that. Okay, well, we can fix that. I need a cable anchor. Well, we don't have cable anchors. Okay, so I need quartz cutting knife. Do we not? Oh my goodness, we are out of everything. Quartz cutting knife. We'll use one of those. That's fine. And then we need some kind of ingot. What do we have a lot of? We have a lot of uranium. Fancy that. Nickel. We have a bunch of nickel. That's fine. I would use iron, but we are dangerously low on iron right now. We're at 42 ingots. So yeah, we have our cable anchors here. So I need to place one of those right there. We can pop this out of here. I need a ME glass cable. I have that in my inventory. We're right here. And then we need import bus. And there we go. Pop that right there. I'm going to need a facade. That goes right like that. And I think everything should be happy now. And there we go. Yep, that just told us that we have completed the recipe. Awesome. So we have our steel scaffolding. We are going to need... Oh, the book is here. We're going to need 10 more light engineering block. We should be able to do that. I don't think there's anything fancy except iron. We are low on iron. Okay. Iron. Well, we can do some things here. We will do this just 1-to-1. No big deal. We have 1 million iron pieces. It's not like we have to be super frugal with this. We'll just go ahead and do this. But yes, the whole point of us making the arc furnace is we can take these things and it'll just double whatever we put in there, right? Yeah, so that's going to be quite ideal for us. Anyway, so back to this, we needed the light engineering. So 10 of those, and here we go. Yep, so I'll go ahead and craft all those. Just got to wait for these iron plates, and we should be good to go. All right, well, the multi-block is set up according to how the book tells you how to do it. So we have... yeah, all of the steel scaffolding down here, 2 of these blocks. Then we have 2 rows of the light engineering, the redstone, 8 fences around, another light engineering, and then 9 hoppers on top of these fences and this middle block here. So this should all be done. The only thing we should have to do is right click it with this on whichever block. You know what? Maybe, yeah, this block or this thing shows this fence being red. I think it shows that red because that's the block you're supposed to click on. I was trying to figure out why that was red earlier. This torch is going to be in the way. I'll move that over by 1. So yeah, we need to give it power over here. Okay, I'm going to have to grab another point. I am out of points. The input is on top, so we can just go and grab that. I'm going to put a pattern provider here. This will allow us to push items into the top. And then the output is over here. I'm going to do a cable one, pattern provider cable. We will hide this from the terminal because we don't need a C1 that will essentially just say empty. And we don't want to put any patterns in anyway. We're just accepting items from there. And like so, that's basically the applied energistics connectivity for this thing. Right, so I need to give it power, which I need to make another point for, and then we need to make a pattern here. So we can make the pattern together real quick. So we want to turn coke dust. Yes, we want to do this one. Coke into coke dust. Coke dust. Yep, that's all we need to do. And then that should go into the crusher. Yeah, the crusher does show here. Like that. Yep, so it shows crusher here, the pattern. I just need to get the point. Now that we have the power installed, that should be on. It does say 0 FE. Oh, this shows that it has 32,000 in it. Okay, now that we have that installed, we can give this a test drive. So we want to make coke dust. Let's just make 4. It turns on. And yes, we are certainly getting coke dust in return. So everything's good to go here. The next thing we need to do is make the HOP graphite dust, which means we need to make ourselves an industrial squeezer. Cool, so we have our squeezer set up now, and we have a pattern in here that's going to make 1 HOP graphite dust with 8 coke dust. We already have the coke dust set up over here, right? So if we come over here, yeah, 1 coke equals 1 coke dust. And then we have the output of this machine going right into a pattern provider, which is not being displayed on our access terminal, so we don't see a nothing, I guess, is what that would show up on there. So yeah, here we go. So we should be able to do this and make an HOP graphite. I also set up one more recipe in our furnace factory, smelting factory. Yeah, so we can just go ahead and smelt this. So actually, if I just tell it to make one of those, it knows how to do everything here. So if we tell it to start, that goes over there. It crushes up the additional 4 that we need. And then those should appear in here. Yeah, so we have 8 coke dust in here, HOP graphite, which got ejected automatically over here. And there we go. There's an HOP graphite ingot. So what we needed to do was to make 12 of these. So we needed 11 more. I believe it was 4 per electrode, and we need 3 electrodes for the arc furnace. So we should just be able to tell this thing to queue it up, and it should make it. So while we're waiting on that, I went ahead and I did set up the arc furnace over here. Yeah, so this is got 2 separate inputs, and I think those are just for the regular input. I don't think maybe one goes over here and one goes over here. I'll have to double check that. Well, either way, we have 2 separate inputs, and we need the electrodes up here for this thing to work. I do believe you have to put those in manually. I'll have to double check that as well. We might be able to insert those from putting in this block right there. I'll have to see. But one of the things that the reason why we wanted to go with this arc furnace to begin with, I don't think I ever really clarified that. If we take a look at iron piece, this stuff, the raw iron, we look at the uses on that. If we put that directly in the arc furnace, 1 raw iron turns into 2, so it doubles it. But what's really cool is you can put in the blocks of raw iron into the arc furnace, and it'll double the output. I don't know if there's a speed difference between this, but putting in and doubling a full raw block seems really good to me. We'll be able to produce ingots really fast. I think this is probably going to be the fastest way to make it in this pack. We'll have to see. But either way, we now have all of those HOP ingots ready to go. So I should be able to come over here and make our electrodes. So we put that into here, and there's 3 of these electrodes. Yeah, they're all stacking, and they have an integrity on there. I think you can put unbreaking on these. In fact, we should probably do that. Unbreaking, we have... Okay, we'll do this. Anvil? I don't know if you can put it on all 3 at the same time. Too expensive. Well, we can't even do it on one. It is saying... What doesn't even say why. I guess it won't allow that. Okay. Let me try a regular unbreaking. Maybe we can't put the 5s on there. Let's try an unbreaking 3. Does this work? No. I thought you could do that. Maybe they have changed this. Yeah, if we do that, it's fine. If we do that, it says too expensive, but it won't even allow us to make the change. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to figure that out. I could have sworn you were allowed to put unbreaking on those before, but it's fine. We can craft these all day long. It's not like we have to be super frugal with it, but I was thinking maybe it would help us out a bit. Anyway, so there's the electrodes. You can see them show up here now, so that's fine. Now, let's go upstairs and we'll make some recipes here. So we want to make a recipe for these raw iron pieces into raw iron. We want to make a recipe for that into this. And then we want to make another final recipe doing that, because this is what I really want. So we'll have to figure out where we're going to put all these raw pieces. Oh man, I got some nothings showing up here. There's some of those pattern providers that I didn't mark. So we'll do that, and then this needs to go into our arc furnace. We have 2 input slots. Let's go down there and actually see this work. Okay, so if I come down here and I say I want to make some iron ingots, it looks like it's using the arc furnace, which is fantastic. So it is crafting 56 iron blocks, and that should all go into here. It is going into the wrong slot. Okay. Yep, I was afraid of that. So this actually needs to come over into the other side. We'll have to figure this out later. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. So we'll just put that in here, distribute. It doesn't distribute. Well, yeah, it looks like things are cooking, and it is actually going slower than I was expecting. But it should be cooking up a bunch of these all at once. So we'll be getting a stupid amount of ingots as the output. Now, does it have enough slots in here for all of these to appear? I don't actually know. I guess we'll find out in a moment. Yeah, it looks like we're about 3/4 of the way done. I actually thought the arc furnace went faster than this, and maybe it does if you put in not the blocks at a time. I guess if we need a whole lot of ingots, this will be a good way to do it though. Okay, so how did this work? Yeah, 54, 54, 54. But it didn't output all of those. Interesting. So why not? Am I on the wrong thing? Do I need to output over on this side? Let me grab a chest. If I put a chest here... Nope. Huh. Okay, well, this obviously isn't working, so what if I put a chest on this side? It isn't. Oh, it is slowly draining into that. Interesting. Okay, so I will probably need to use a pipe. We'll use the non-cable interface version of these. I'll pipe out of that with an upgrade. Let's do this. Let's grab one of our universal pipes here. Can I not? Oh, it won't allow me to pipe out of that. Interesting. So what is the deal? Well, guys, I tried taking a look at this. It says enchantments. We can put unbreaking 1 to 3 on there and reactive 1 to 3. I tried putting unbreaking on this again using the enchantment applicator with essence in it, and it still would not work. So there must be some change in this pack where they disabled that, or maybe there's some weird mod interaction that's giving it an MBT data, and it's like, oh, that's not the correct item. Don't allow that enchantment on there. I don't know. Either way, we cannot put the unbreaking on there no matter how hard I try. I did go ahead and I changed this pattern since it is going so much slower with the blocks of iron. I changed it back to just a regular iron ingot. 1 raw iron makes 2 iron ingots. Yeah, so if we come in here and we do iron... Go to craftables, this, and just make like 100 of them. Yeah, so we're making iron this fast now, or whatever we want to smelt. We can put on all of our different raw items. So it's not awful. It's not as fast as I was hoping, but this is pretty good. And it is using durability on these, which we will have to replace over time. Now, we've used about 10% of the electrodes so far, and that has gained us about 2,000 iron ingots. So it looks like about 5,000 equals 5%, maybe 1,000 items per percent. I'm not sure how that all works, but yeah, that's what it's looking like, something along those lines. So anyway, the items are draining out by themselves as well. All I had to do is just replace down this pattern provider and it just started working. I'm not sure why it wasn't ejecting previously. Maybe it doesn't like the cable version of the pattern provider. Well, either way, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today. Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and make some patterns for all of our different ores and resources in here, and I'll just have this thing going a lot of the time, I expect. This isn't quite what I was hoping that we would do. I was really wanting to get a bunch of machines going for each different ore, but then I kind of got sidetracked on this. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. Maybe we'll set our uranium to go through this all the time or something like that. We'll have to figure it out. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.